are Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders, both variants, and a good plus 6.1.2. You've asked me to feature more hybrids, but this one was already on my to-do list. Unlike back in the 3.2 era, I have Greenskin's unit-focused videos to cite for comparison, so let's take a good look, shall we? Recruited for 500 gold and 125 upkeep, on par with Hobgoblin Archers and a lot more expensive than Goblin Wolf Riders. On Ultra, the Wolf Raiders Spear variant arrives at 60 entities, not 80, with 4,260 health between them. Yeah, well, armor is 45, with shields blocking 35% of small arms missile fire from the front, and that's a good 20 more than a Goblin Wolf Rider stock. Actually, a lot of cavalry block 30%, not 35%. This blocks 35%. Good to know. Leadership of 45 isn't great, and this unit stands to operate far outside Malign Authority range. Speed 92 and charge speed 108 are quite high, and especially for this faction. Melee attack 26 and attack interval 4 are decent for light cavalry, we can't call it more. No splash damage. Melee defense is also 26, and I've seen similar numbers elsewhere. I show no surprise at weapon strength 28, split base 21, and armor piercing 7, on par with the infantry. There is no bonus versus large, despite being a spear cavalry, but these are shorty spears. Charge bonus 40 is not top tier for light cavalry, that's more like 50, but 40 is plenty good. Mass is 400. The unit has Hide Enforced, Vanguard Deployment, Malign Authority trait, and Cowardly Despoilers. This is new. This grants plus 25% base weapon damage if attacking the flank or rear. It's not devastating flanker, no, but it's a nice bonus, and is not dependent on unit health, which matters because, hey, this is not a very durable unit. Fatter base damage means more damage when amplified by charge bonus. The Bows variant is available for 575 gold up front and 143 upkeep, with 60 entities still, 4,140 health, armor 45, but no shields. Leadership 40, the same blinding speed, melee attack 18, attack interval 4. Melee defense is also 18, so very weak. Weapon strength 24 is markedly less so, split base 21 and AP 3. Charge bonus is 20, and mass is 400 again. They didn't do any big changes to the formula here. Ammunition starts at 20. Range is 140, which is nice, or rather, way more than Wolf Rider Archers. Missile strength 17, split base 14, and AP 3, so very slightly above Hobgoblin Archers. And that's a change we often see for Cavalry Archer units, because they have to hit a little bit harder to compensate for having a lot less entities. Reload time 10, total accuracy 20, calibration distance 100, calibration area 4.3, so not as tight as the Foot Archers, and no multi-target penetration. This unit has all the stats of the other unit, plus 1. Fire whilst moving. That's important. It's a Hobgoblin on a Wolf, but the degree to which you control the enemy at range 140 with this is impressive. In the Redline skills, the Spears at 3 pips of Fervent Fodder gain plus 6 leadership and plus 6 melee defense, badly needed. The bows fall under firing drills for ammunition plus 20% and missile strength plus 12%. Both benefit from Lucky Lackeys at rank 7, gaining speed plus 10%, really good here. Melee attack plus 5, missile strength plus 12% again for the bows, and ward save 10% for good measure. In the tech tree, it comes down to Starved Wolves, plus 5% speed and plus 10 charge bonus for both units, and Hobgoblin Quartermasters, plus 50% unit XP gain, plus 6 leadership, and plus 4 melee defense, all quite good. So how do we use the Wolf Raider units? The funny thing about the buffs is that the melee variant becomes weirdly defensive, able to stick it out in melee better than some, but we have to accept that the offense is married to charge bonus, like with most light cavalry units. Now that the pursuing fleeing troops bug has been fixed, this unit is much more useful for chasing down opponents, and not a whole lot in the faction can do that well. I didn't mention this for Chaos Dwarf Infantry because they're slow as snails, although people have mentioned that Sneaky Gits can do a very good job of this, but here, it could make a real difference to the laborers you add to your faction's economy. Beyond that, if you want a super fast artillery hunter that can hide in forest with Vanguard deployment, you're basically limited to this. Flyers can hunt artillery, but they're a lot more obvious about it. The archers, though, oh boy, This is your one true skirmish cavalry of the faction, and you don't want to toss this into a really big volcano. Though a little tougher than usual, they're still there to be bait, annoying rascals, and the 140 range version versus 100 of the entirely functional Wolf Rider archers is just... You can do a lot with this. The ammunition isn't that low, and gets a little bit better with buffing. The unit isn't completely useless once the ammo runs dry, and stands a very reasonable chance of doing reasonable levels of damage. It's when you combine them with an evil line of blunderbusses and lead hungry trolls into them that the magic truly begins. Also, the same synergy rules as the Hobgoblin archers apply. Anything that does flammable and kindle flame, either or both, can help you out. For that matter, Soul Blight might not be wasted. The one downside is that they don't have Backstabber and therefore no passive boost to missile damage, but that's why their default arrow damage is a little bit higher to compensate. The blunt truth is you are unlikely to be allowed to pump 20 volleys or more into an enemy without a dramatic reaction, but that's what your kill zones are for, and Chaos Dwarfs has some of the best kill zones in the business. Sometimes what they need is bait. In those cases, Wolf Raiders with bows aren't just valuable, they're downright priceless, just like the commercial. Also, there is no easy substitute without using allied units because, let's face it, a Great Horse is kind of cool, but it doesn't fire arrows from its eyes. They do different jobs. Take care and have fun burning away the enemy's patience and creating YOLO conditions. Your blunderbuss troops will pat you on the back for it. Actually, no they won't, but they'll hate you a little less. And that makes it all worthwhile, right? Right?